everyone, Maggie Hazeman here, boss witch at Mumbles and Things and headmistress at Mumbles Academy. Today I am doing a box unveiling, a box unwrapping, a box opening, whatever you want to call it, of a box from Siobhan Johnson. So she has a blog, siobhanjohnson.com, and she has an Etsy shop where she sells these subscription boxes. The Etsy shop is called Twice Resurrected, and there's a ton of other really interesting stuff there as well. But today we're just going to be exploring what is inside one of her boxes. Theme for this month, or the month that I have here, is money. Every box has a different theme, so you never know exactly what you're going to get, and we'll see what's inside of this one. I've worked with Siobhan in the past for a couple of blog posts, some course launches and other things, so I love everything that she does, and I am really excited to have had a chance to see what her boxes are all about. What I do know about what she does is she tries to make the boxes as eco-friendly as possible, so she doesn't print out very many materials, and she emails them out instead so that you know what you're getting, but she's not being wasteful with her materials, which I think is really cool. If you know me very well, then you know that I'm all about environmentalism, so I think that's really cool. She said that sometimes she puts in some like plastic bags if there's really small things, but which I think is totally fine. But anyway, I'm excited to get it open and see what's inside here. She's based in the UK, so I am in Florida, the US, and she sent it 10 days ago, so that's not super long to wait. And of course, you know, with a subscription, it usually has like a set schedule of when you're going to get it, so you don't necessarily need to worry too much about shipping. But if you're in the UK, it'll be a little bit faster from the ship date. So anyway, I am opening up the outside packaging and looking inside. Let's hold it up so you can see. Okay, so I'm pulling out the inner box. It smells really good. I think there's some incense in here, wrapped nicely in green. The theme for this box is money, so the green tissue paper is very fitting for money and abundance and growth and all of that good stuff. Sorry about the crinkling sound. Just getting this tissue paper off. All right, so getting the box out. Beautiful. There's this nice gold doily on the cover to give it a little decor, and still going along with that money theme. This reminds me of prosperity and abundance and all that good stuff. So the box has a little pull tab, you can see. So that's a nice little touch, keep everything inside in shipment. And then when you open it up, everything is all wrapped in green tissue. So let's see, there's a lot of little goodies in here. All right, so as I said, she sends you a list of everything that's included, so you don't need to guess. So I will go with what I have on this list. The first thing on the list is this rune. Let me go back to my list. The Ing rune is here. If you've taken my runes course, then you'll know that I call this one Ingwaz, and so if you're confused, then that's why. But this one, it just has, you know, several different names, and if you've taken that course, then you know that as well. But what she's written here is that it's Ing, Inguz, or Ingwaz. It is the rune of creativity, of life-giving power, and it can't be reversed. So runes, some of them, when you look at them, they look different, upright versus reverse. But there are some runes like this one that do not, you know, whichever way you look at it, it's the same shape. And that means that it can't be weakened or have any negative connotation. It's always positive whenever it turns up in a reading, in a rune cast. So she's also mentioned that it is a magnet. On the back side there is a magnet, so I could put this on my refrigerator as a reminder of being grateful. But she says I can also add it to a charm bag or keep it somewhere near me where I can gaze at it and really absorb the energy of this symbol. The symbol helps you receive and perform dynamic action and intention to help you to your goals, so it is perfect for wealth generation. So her recommendation here is to try to focus on the symbol itself and not on the physical structure of the wood or the paint, which I think is important. It's hand drawn on here, so it is, it is not perfectly symmetrical or whatever, but that's a nice touch. So anyway, to not pay attention to like the rings in the wood, to not look at the anomalies in the paint, but to just pay attention to that shape, the diamond shape. And I think that's a really good tip, to sit calmly and let your eyes relax and just see what comes to you. So I think that's a really good one to include in this box with the theme of money. All right, so she's also included, the next thing on the list here is this little baggie with a Dalmatian jasper in it, and it has some other little guys in there as well, but we'll talk about them in a minute. So we have a Dalmatian jasper stimulating joy, boosting energy. It's great because this one's associated with Gemini, so it's one of my favorite stones, but I don't think Siobhan knew that. It aids in playfulness, eases boredom, cleanses, purifies, balances, grounds, and helps you connect with your inner child. So all of these things are listed in the email that she sends out to people, so you won't be confused, so that we can't be confused by what it is. And Siobhan says she really likes to keep Dalmatian jasper at her work desk, for afternoons when you get deflated or distracted. Helps you to find joy in the dark. It is imperative for increasing money. Being a spirit herself, she won't show favor to those who are constantly grumpy or with her, or subconsciously reject her. So I think that's a really nice message to add to this email. I'm noticing that it's like a really nice feel. It's almost like it fits perfectly in my hand for holding it. But that might just be the one that I got. Right. So we have, the next thing on the list is these goldstone earrings. I think Siobhan in her email says, I think crystal earrings are underrated. It gets the crystal right above a pulse point, which helps spread the crystal's energy around your body. It also quite literally helps you hear the crystal's insight. They also don't look so obviously witchy. Stealth witchcraft for the win. All right, so I have one in my ear, but let's see if we can get a zoom in on it. Not really. Well, anyway, goldstone has little flecks of copper in it. It's actually a man-made stone, glass and copper, so it is special in that way. They look good. They're good with my coloring with that orange. All right, so goldstone earrings, perfect. I like that about the stealth witchcraft and the all that stuff about it being really close to your ears so you can hear it. So the benefits of goldstone listed here: mental, aids in ambition, builds drive and energy, promotes confidence and positive mental attitude. For health, it increases vitality and energy, eases arthritis, reduces stomach tension and joint pain. And then along with this theme, she's also listed wealth, aids in entrepreneurship, great for me, creates opportunities, attracts money. All right, so those are those three things. So the next one I'm opening is wrapped up in this green tissue paper. Again, more of, okay, this is not what I thought it was going to be. So we're going to open up a different one. Maybe it's this one. So unwrapping, yeah. So unwrapping this one, comes in more green tissue paper, a little powder. So this listed on here is mint attraction powder, and I believe it was made by her. So it contains mint, sugar, rosemary, and a touch of Abre Camino, a simple blend for simply attracting money, to be sprinkled in a money box or altar or purse, but not somewhere on the floor. That's how you get ants. It's funny. That's from Archer. Love that show. While ants can be a great symbol for money because they're hard workers, they should stay outside. That's what she says. So don't eat this, is her warning, and to keep it out of reach of kids and pets. So she's given really good instructions for how to use it and be safe, and I really enjoy the humor of that. You can open up this little, it was taped shut, which is nice because so it's not as messy, and it's got this cute little jar, just like a little sample of, I don't know if you can see, it's like little green flecks of the mint and rosemary, so Perfect. And then sugar, which is why you would get ants. Good warning. All right, so now we have cinnamon sticks right here. Her note on these is that she likes to use these as money wand to enchant money instead of the normal wand. And I think that's a really good tip because it's associated with abundance, and I think that's a great idea. It can also be used as an offering for quite a few deities, so just paying attention to which deities would appreciate cinnamon and use it as an offering. So that's great. Put that over here with my other things. And then we have the candles. I already opened those thinking they were the powder. These candles are blue tea light candles, a blue one and a white one. So the blue one is called fresh linen, so to evoke a feeling of luxury, she says. A lot of the time we nope out of receiving money because we reject luxury out of some idea that having nice things automatically means someone else does not, or worse. Capitalism is weird, but we all deserve a bit of luxury. I love that. That's like, I totally agree with that. Exactly. So, and then the white one is coconut lime jasmine. Beautiful. It smells so good. Fruits, spices, and herbs often have their place in wealth magic because they were once expensive trade goods. If you're ever in doubt of what to use for money magic, buy something fancy and unusual and you'll probably be right. So I think that's a good tip as well. So coconut, lime, and jasmine are kind of like unusual and luxurious in my opinion. So they remind me of like the tropics, and that makes me think of like a luxurious vacation. So I totally agree. We have snow quartz, are the three little ones that I don't know if you can see because they are very, very small, but three little pieces. And okay, let's see. You see that? It's just a white crystal. Very cute. So snow quartz is beloved by Jupiter, the big dick energy of money magic. Snow quartz is honestly just fancy quartz. That's what it is. And when it comes to money, fancy is good. So again, going back to that same thing she said before, that if you're just a little bit luxurious or something sort of different and fancy, quartz acts as a generator and a magnifier of energy. So keeping them in a wallet or purse keeps it full. Makes sense? And they boost the powers of spells and altars. So I know where I'll keep them, and I like that they're small because that makes it easy to put them in the little change pocket of my wallet, and it won't make my wallet bulky. So I think that's great. Okay, so now we have the old coin. Coins are symbols of wealth. I always recommend keeping at least one, but the more the merrier on an altar. I like to use old coins to A, stop you getting tempted to spend them, and B, it doesn't mean you accidentally tie your spell to the spirit of your currency. So while someone who understands the stock market could make a lot of money doing magic on it, I am not that person. I like to use dead money as a symbol of currency to avoid that. It still works. You can also use dead money to quite literally pay the dead to do stuff for you. Ah, that's an interesting tip. I've never heard that before, so I really like her perspective. I don't know, it's really hard to see what is happening with these because I can't get them to focus. But yeah, this is a old coin. I think it's maybe Roman? I don't know. The back, it looks like that. So that's really cool. I learned something today. Thank you. And okay, so there's she added, there's a joke somewhere in here about death and taxes, but I'm too tired to find it. Please laugh anyway. You got it. This is hilarious. I'm loving this email. All right. So frankincense flower, she's marked it with an S or an F, but mine it just so happens to be marked with an S. So she says, how cute is this? Can you see? So it's like on a little stick, and it has a little leaf line on it, like it's got a petal. So she says, I found it in a fair trade shop in Liverpool, and I just had to get it. Frankincense is a traditional money incense, but also good for cleansing and uplifting. People often forget they need to hang on to their money as well as receive it, and frankincense is good for that as it's also protective. Cool. So yeah, this is great because it's on like a little stick, so you can use it in your regular incense burner, but it's also kind of cone shaped, so it'll have the same like interesting smoke patterns as you get with cone incense. So awesome. So then we have aloe vera incense, which she's marked with an A. So this is on another all-arounder. I like to use aloe vera in money magic as a stabilizer. An aloe plant lives for a heck of a long time, and you want your cash flow to as well. So another little incense cone, and that's a good reminder. I really like the way that she's incorporating like her own magic and like how these things relate to money. And it's definitely making me look at things differently than I have or thought about. So I'm learning a lot. All right, so I'm putting that back in its little baggie so that it doesn't get ruined. So each of these little incenses are in their own bag to keep the smells probably from like overpowering each other. And I think it also protects them, so that's important. And I'll probably reuse these bags because they're good. And then the third incense is marked B. It is a bergamot incense. And she's written, a good pick-me-up, present in the good tea. So a good wealth incense along those luxury vibes. And I love bergamot. I'm actually drinking Earl Grey right now, so it's like I drink it all day long, and it's one of my favorites, so I'm super excited about that one. Those are the incense, and then we have, I think just the one last thing in here is a money bag a money bag handmade, filled with just about every money botanical that she could find, and lots of sugar. So avocado camino, bay leaf, cinnamon, cardamom. It smells really good. Conker, juniper berry, pine resin, cloves, star anise, ground orange peels, frankincense, incense. Seriously, those are all like really good smells. So it says, made for whispering your intention into and keeping about you if you can on an altar or at your desk if not. So do not eat, she says, and keep out of reach of pets and children. All right, so those are the things. I'm going to just like real quick put everything back in this box so I don't lose anything. And then just like talk about how I feel about all this. So I like that there's safety warnings. I think that's really important because some things seem like common sense. Like maybe you wouldn't have ever thought of eating the contents of a money bag or the money powder that she sent. But I think it's important to not rely on common sense. A lot of us get kind of wrapped up in the magic of things that we lose common sense. So I really appreciate those warnings about how to use them safely. I also appreciate the personality behind this. Some subscription boxes can become so impersonal, you don't really feel the person behind who's making it. So it's really nice to feel like who she is behind it with her little jokes and her own practice, how she uses these things and why. I think that's really important. And just like all the details about why it's important and how to use it for each of the materials. So I just really enjoyed opening that, and I hope that you all did too. Enjoyed watching me. So if you want information on how to get one of these boxes, and I think you'll love it, I think it's really great, I'll have a link to her shop, as I mentioned in the beginning. It is called Twice Resurrected on Etsy. And you can find her blog at SiobhanJohnson.com. You can read all about her practice. She has tons of courses and all sorts of great information, some spells, and her Etsy shop has other stuff beyond the boxes. So I just hope you all liked this unboxing as much as I did. I thought it was super enjoyable and really fun. Thanks for watching today. I'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye.